Welcome back. If you've seen his television show, The Carbonaro Effect, then you know that magician Michael Carbonaro uses elaborate, candid camera setups to lure unsuspecting folks into some incredibly strange situations that usually end up with an inexplicable illusion. Well, now he's taken that show to the stage at the Holland Civic Center, and I got a chance to chat with him via Zoom about what we can expect. Take a look at this.
Michael, I guess my first question is, why are you such a liar? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But I mean, it does take a skill to be able to fib and make stuff up like almost like an improv class. Talk a little bit about your style of magic.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly right. Kind of like a trickster energy, you know, a fun, playful energy. I am lying, but I'm honest about lying, which I think is truthful, if that makes any sense. You know, I mean, there are real liars in the world. There's good lies and bad lies, but, you know, a magician is admittedly lying. So I think that's a kind of a noble position to be in. And people like when I lie to them.
Well, usually because something astounding is happening that has blown their mind. So
there is that, yes.
Wrap their mind around what's happening to them at that moment. Fans like me who watch you on the Carbonaro Effect on True TV, they've seen your setups, but what's different about seeing it on television and then seeing it live? Obviously, you can't be in a grocery store or a pet shop. I mean, you've got a stage to work with. How's it different?
Yeah, you know, obviously on the show, people don't know I'm a magician. So the fans that are coming, the audience at my live tour show, well, they know that I'm a magician, but they like being lied to, like I said, and they don't, it doesn't stop me from actually being able to do that and still lead people down one path and then pull the rug out from under them and still have them get surprised and pranked. And there's parts of the show where I bring people up on stage and they're getting pranked. And then there's people, I'll go out into the crowd and I just play with a bunch of people over there and we make it up as we go along and astounding things are happening all around them. And it's like they get to see what sometimes even the fans, they'll watch on TV and be like, oh, is that like camera tricks or are those actors or is that really happening? And then they go to the live show and they're like, okay, he's doing this right in front of me. Like this is actually happening in this room.
Yeah. If you were ever a doubter, here's your chance, right? You get to see it with your own two eyes. We should probably dive into where these ideas come from. I'm sure you just lie awake at night thinking, how can I fool people today? Right? I mean, how do they show up?
Exactly. I mean, I'm still astounded by where the ideas come from because, I mean, when I first thought I was going to do a TV show with hidden camera magic, I was like, I bet if I put my mind to it, I could come up with like 10 really great episodes. And then cut to, we've done 120 of them, which I can't even believe. I mean, that blows my mind. Talk about like melting a mind. I mean, the ideas can come from anywhere. Sometimes you just have a funny little idea for a joke. Like, you know, I did a segment on the TV show that's also on this live tour now where, you know, I was walking by my friend's garden and I looked away. And when I looked back, there was this little gnome that I hadn't seen a second before. I think I was just standing like it was being blocked by a bush or whatever, but it suddenly just looked like this gnome had appeared out of nowhere and it freaked me out. And I was like, oh, that's a trick. That's a bit right there. I'm like, let's make a bit where like me and a gardener are working and then a gnome appears and then it's on the other side of the garden and then they're surrounding us. So that ended up being a really cool segment of the show. And now on the live tour, there's this pesky little gnome that keeps popping up during the show, peeking out through the curtain and appearing in my box. And it keeps like it gets itself into a little bit of trouble throughout the course of the night. And that became really fun. But yeah, like an idea like that, just anything that sparks something. It's a little seed and then you build up something from there.
When you come to West Michigan, it will be past this special holiday, but I can only imagine that April 1st holds a special place in your heart.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the Trickster's Day. In fact, the tour kicks off on April 1st, which, you know, a lot of people are like, is that part of the lie? Is he really going to be doing the show? And I'm like, no, I'm actually doing the show. But yeah, when I get over to West Michigan, it'll be past that, but it'll be past my favorite. My favorite holiday is Halloween. But yeah, April Fool's Day is kind of the Trickster Day. But I'm excited to get out there to West Michigan. And you guys have the coolest team, by the way. Like, who does this? This was rad. You guys sent me the
oh,
t-shirt.
Yeah. That was like absolutely.
Really How cool are you?
We got merch.
I know. And I just got this, like literally I opened it. They tried to overnight it or something. I was like, what? And then I got it like right before we signed on. I was like, I don't know if they wanted me to wear it for the interview.
No, you look great. No,
it was good. But I will get good use out of it though, because I do wear t-shirts a lot. So that's pretty cool. That's really cool. What a cool team you guys have.
Yeah. It magically, mysteriously, it's on your body. Oh, and the tag.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, wow. It fits nice. A little tight. But hey, not bad.
I'm really hoping I wasn't talking over that illusion, so the camera was on you when it happened, because that was incredible. Of course, you hold the T-shirt up, and then for those who missed it, he just held the T-shirt up, and then voila, magically, somehow it's on his body. Who knows how he does this stuff? There he is. That's the trademark Carbonaro effect.
Yes. And when you come to the live show, you can look wherever you want. You don't have to worry about the cameras cutting. You know, that's the other thing on the show. You can, your eyes are your own. You look where you want through the whole show.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that, because I mean, you've been wanting to come to West Michigan, to the Holland Civic Center numerous times, and it kept getting pushed back because of the pandemic.
Oh yeah.
And then so you did Zoom magic, and talk about people.
That's where I got this nifty backdrop from. I did a show called Live From Space over Zoom, which just was like, I was just going crazy. I was like, I need to do something. I want to put on a show. So, which is really fun because, you know, I do a TV show, and my TV show's taped. Then, of course, you know, it's aired later. And my live shows were always live, happening in the moment. But this was like my first time, you know, aside from doing interviews like this, where I was like, I put on a live broadcast. It was like I was performing, you know, an hour-long magic show happening in the moment over Zoom live. It was like live television. I was like, this is so exciting. You know, like anything can go wrong, and it's super fun. And like, you know, the magicians back in the day, like Doug Henning, when he was big, you know, that those TV specials happen live. And that's like, you have no control over what could happen. It was really electric and exciting. So I loved getting to do that show. And I made objects teleport to people's houses, and, you know, a chicken came from outer space in a space box. And I did it all in my office, just with the camera rolling on my computer.
Incredible outlet for people to be able to catch what you can do. And of course, they all with Zoom are like, it's got to be cameras. Well, guess what? You're not going to see any of that at the live show. He lies on stage. I love the name of this. Instead of live on stage, he lies on stage. He's letting you know what's happening.
Oh my goodness, you do not want to miss this show. You'll be amazed. Carbonaro lies on stage. It's at the Holland Civic Center on April 8th. Get those tickets early, they'll sell out. A show for all ages. Starts at 7 p.m. You can purchase those tickets at michaelcarbonaro.com.